Hello, friends, and welcome to Sleep Tight Stories. I'd like to say hello again to Kaya, who lives in Kanauohe, Hawaii. Hello to Brooklyn Sove from Vancouver Island, British Columbia. Hello to Elio and Harlan in Portland, Oregon. And hello to Nathan and Becca in St. Francis Bay, South Africa. I'd like to say a happy belated birthday to Conrad from Brooklyn, New York, who turned 8 last week and just found out he will need braces. Happy belated birthday to Vaughn from Edmonton, who turned 9 on March 10th. I hope you have fun skiing in the mountains, Vaughn. Happy birthday to Otis Haspecht from Cowichan, British Columbia, Canada, who turns 5 years old on March 17th. Happy birthday to Reed from Illinois, who is turning 6 on March 18th. And happy birthday to JD, who has a birthday on March 20th. A happy birthday to you all. I hope you have a wonderful day. Shout-outs and birthday wishes are one way we give thanks to our supporters. If you would like to support us and receive more bedtime entertainment like this, please visit our support page at sleeptightstories.org/support. Thank you. In this story, Bernice wakes up and she is not feeling well. Her father calls her to let her know that her breakfast is ready, but Bernice doesn't get up. When he comes into her room, she tells him she's not feeling well. Bernice gets a cold. Bernice wakes up feeling cold and shivery. She sneezes and wheezes, coughs, and does not feel like getting out of bed. First, her alarm goes off and she manages to press snooze. Then her father calls her to tell her that her honey cakes are ready for breakfast, and she doesn't reply. Nothing makes her want to come out from under the covers, not even honey cakes. Bernice, your breakfast is ready. You better hurry up or you will be late for school, and you must have something to eat before you leave, her papa said as he came into her room. Papa, I don't think I feel good, she said as she slowly first peeked from under the covers and then slowly sat up in her bed. Her eyes were still partially closed and red. Oh dear, what's wrong? Are you not feeling well? My head hurts and my throat is sore and I feel tired. Okay, let me first get some tissue to wipe all that stuff off your nose, and I'll have a look at you, Papa said with concern. There, your nose looks better. How about trying to blow into the tissue? He asked while holding the tissue to her big, brown nose. Achoo! Bernice sneezed into the tissue that Papa was holding. Yuck, she moaned. Well, you certainly seem to have some sniffles. My nose feels stuffed too, said Bernice, sounding like she was talking while plugging her nose. Let me check your temperature, Papa said while putting the thermometer in her ear. Well, you don't have much of a fever, but with the way you look and sound, I guess you have a bad cold. It's best if you stay home from school today. Really? Do I have to again? We have library period today, Bernice said weakly. It's best to rest when you are sick, so your body can give all its energy to helping you feel better again. Why don't you close your eyes and try to go back to sleep? I'll go and cancel my calls for the day and tell your teachers that you are homesick. After a little while, I'll come up and check on you," Papa said as he tucked Bernice in under the covers. Bernice closes her eyes, pulls the covers in tight, and tries to sleep. But she just tosses and turns and just can't seem to get comfy. She lets out another sneeze. "Achoo!" "Ugh," she thought. Why did I have to be sick yet again? And of course I had to get sick on a Friday. Not only is Friday my favorite day because it's library day, but it's also the day before Saturday, when we always go to the market and eat fresh sweets. Now I'm going to miss all the stories and books that our librarian Mrs. Quill introduces us to," she grumbled to herself. Not fair," Bernice says as she tries to get comfortable yet again. A short time later, her papa comes in the room with some warm honey lemon tea and sits down beside her on her bed. "I brought you some yummy tea. Try to have a drink. When you are sick, it's important to always drink lots of liquids." Bernice sits up to have a sip. "Thank you." "Why did I have to get sick, Papa?" "We all get sick from time to time." "But I seem to get sick more than anyone else. None of the other kids at school seem to get sick, and they don't miss as much school as I do." Everyone catches a cold from time to time, little bear. Maybe because you have so many friends, you don't notice when they are home from school. Most kids get colds or the flu many, many times in a year, especially this time of year when we are inside more in school. It's easier to catch a virus. "I don't feel so good," Bernice moaned. "I'm sorry. The way you are feeling right now is because your body is telling the viruses to go away." "But I get boogers, Papa. How does that tell the virus to go away?" "That yucky stuff traps the virus, and when you blow your nose, clears some of it away. Don't worry, you'll be better in a day or two." "I hope so, because I don't like boogers." "Have another drink of tea." Bernice takes a great big slurp. "Can you stay with me for a while so I won't be so lonely?" she asks. "Of course, little bear. Why don't you scoot over a little bit and I'll tell you a story. We'll see if you can get comfy enough for a short nap." "Thank you, Papa." Once upon a time, in a world full of magic and fun, there lived a brave little bear named Boo Boo. She lived in a large castle at the edge of a mystical forest. And in this forest, there were unicorns, fairies, gnomes, and all manner of insects, birds, and animals. It was a wonderful place. Though Boo Boo was the smallest in her family, that didn't stop her from trying to do all the things that her older brothers, Barney and Barry, could do. And in fact, she tried so hard that she could do many things better. But her brothers would never admit it, though. One day, she wasn't feeling very well, and her family left her alone in the castle to rest, with Nana Bear to take care of her. They were going to the market and promised to bring her back some sweet honeycombs when they returned later in the afternoon. As she was sleeping, she was awoken with what sounded like a large roar, and she got out of bed and ran to her tower window. She looked below, and she saw a large, angry-looking dragon scaring a small herd of unicorns. With fire coming out of his nostrils, this dragon was giving the animals of the forest an awful fright. Boo Boo, being perhaps a little too brave, ran down the many stairs from her room to the main door and went outside to tell the dragon to stop being so scary. "Why are you being so mean to all the animals, fire-breathing dragon?" she asked. The dragon looked to the left and to the right, but couldn't see where the voice was coming from. "I'm down here, angry dragon. Why are you scaring all the animals?" And the dragon looked way down until he saw Little Bear at his feet. "I don't mean to scare the animals, but I am angry and in a bad mood," he replied. "But why are you so angry and in a bad mood?" "Because whenever I get a cold, I sneeze. And do you know what happens when I sneeze? Boogers come out?" "No, dragons don't get boogers. Instead, I sneeze out fire, and this scares everyone. So I am angry at my silly cold and in a bad mood because everyone is scared of me and I have no friends." Though the dragon was big and looked kinda scary, Boo Boo took a great big breath, looked up at him and said, "I'm not scared of you, and I can be your friend if you like. My name is Boo Boo. What is yours?" "My name is Kai Kai," the dragon replied. "Well, Kai Kai, my Nana often makes me honey lemon tea whenever I have a cold and will sometimes sit with me and tell me stories. Would you like me to make you some tea and tell you a story?" "Oh, that would be very kind of you," Kai Kai said with a sniffle and a yawn. So Boo Boo went off to make Kai Kai some fresh, warm honey lemon tea and came back, and he finished it in a big slurp. And Boo Boo started to tell him a story. Once upon a time in a land far, far away. And at that, both Kai Kai and Bernice fell fast asleep. And that's the end of our story. Good night. Sleep tight.